Episode 8. We're on episode 8. Welcome into episode 8 of The Well.
Welcome
I
to
said
the
that
well.
a lot. Well, look at you. Snappy today.
That's right.
Meaning you responded quicker than normal.
I'm trying.
Today's topic is a tough one. It's difficult because I'm not sure when I was putting the show notes together, it didn't really hit me until right when I hit record, or when I hit record, I was like, this topic we don't really align too well with. So what am I talking about? Today we're talking about things we don't agree on. And I was sitting here thinking, we don't have a lot of disagreements.
That is
Do we?
true. No.
Okay, I was worried there. You were quiet for a
No,
minute.
we
And
don't.
I was like,
We
uh-oh.
don't. I struggled with the topic, actually.
So this will be an interesting one to see if we can extract anything out of each other that we didn't know. Because truth be told, and this isn't like I'm not gloating or anything. I mean, hell, this is utopia. We don't argue.
No. I think we've argued on one hand. I mean, I can count how many times we've argued.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite.
In how many
quite
years?
Remarkable. In over 6 years, 7 years, and I'm a cranky person, so I love to argue. I mean, Kathryn can attest to that. I just don't like arguing with you.
I don't like arguing. I'm like, you can win. I don't care.
Well, that's why we don't argue, but that's
right.
not why we don't argue. I mean,
No.
It's not because you let me win. We just don't choose to spar like that. I don't know.
No.
It's not.
We love each other.
We do. Respect each other. So,
yes, that's right.
So that's why this will be interesting.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious with some, I know, right? Like,
yeah.
Let's see where this goes.
No, I found one question on the agenda for today. I was like, oh, this will be a good one.
Oh, well, maybe you should start first then.
You sure?
Sure. Ladies you should always be starting first.
Okay. All right. What is one food that I love that you don't get? Like,
that's actually a long list.
Actually,
that's a long list. It's a long list.
Name like two.
Tuna fish.
Yes, I knew you were going to say that.
So let me explain. I don't like tuna fish to begin with, like in a can. Tuna in a can. I don't like the consistency. I don't like the smell. It's not for me. And now I could eat raw tuna, like fresh raw tuna.
Like
I could
sushi?
do that. Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't eat tuna from a can. Now, I don't know if this is normal or abnormal. Not around a ton of people that eat. My mom ate tuna fish. Loved it. Would open the can. I think this is why I'm scarred. Would open the can, but she wouldn't eat it all. And she would put the can in the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
My grandmother used to do that.
And I'm like, it stinks, right? It perfumes all the food. So, and when I was cooking, I used to have to make tuna salad. And I would actually pay one of the prep cooks to do it for me because I just couldn't handle. I hated it. I hated it. I didn't get away with it all the time because then when they found out why I was doing it, they liked to mess with me and be like, all right, no, we want to watch you actually suffer. So I'm going into a long story. Basically, I'm going to explain how Kathryn eats tuna fish, unless you want to explain it.
No, I want to hear what you have to say.
Open the can, dump it on a plate, and eat it. There's nothing. It's just straight
lemon pepper.
Okay. I don't think that helps.
I used to eat it with crackers, but then I was like, no, I don't need the carbs. So then it became tuna, but alone on the plate. It's sad.
Awful.
It's good. I mean, and there is a difference between like starfish. What is it? Star-kissed tuna?
No brands.
Whatever.
There's a difference between supermarket. You could say it.
Supermarket.
Star-kissed, and then there's Bumblebee. Bumblebee.
And a difference between
tuna.
like if you go to Sprouts or like any organic food store and you get the unsalted, like it is super dry. I never tried it before, but I didn't realize how much salt was actually in tuna in a can. I guess I should know since it is canned, but yeah. And then I tried to go like super healthy with the organic stuff, which is really expensive. And it was so dry. I was like, yeah, no, I'll just eat mercury. It's okay. What's another thing? What did Travis used to always say to like irritate you? Not irritate you, but just to be funny. He'd be like, I'm going to put a can of tuna fish under the bed.
Yeah, he did it.
He did?
Yeah, he did it one year.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's
Believe
why
me,
you remember.
I hold a grudge. So.
But what do I do? What do I do?
Yeah, listen, you're very considerate.
I know. I
wash the can, the tin out, and you throw it away.
Before I put it in recycling, so it doesn't smell. And sometimes I
It
even
just
put it in
still
a Ziploc
stinks.
bag.
Which is a waste of a Ziploc bag. I'm not that bad.
No, you're not, but I like to be thorough. What is the other thing that I eat in a can that you always wonder why? Why in the world do you eat that? And it's so good. But then I
I don't.
realized how much
You
sodium
really
was in
want?
it.
You want me to out you on this? I don't know if you want to make
Absolutely.
every
I don't
Dinty
get
Moore beef
embarrassed.
stew.
Yes.
Dinty
It's
Moore.
so
So
good.
here, let me.
I'm not embarrassed by that.
Let's explain something to the audience. So,
Okay.
watching Kathryn eat is an adventure. It's interesting to me. I find it fascinating. I am just fascinated by your eating habits. And why would I be fascinated? Curious if anyone else is fascinated by these fun facts. So let's take Campbell's soup.
Ooh, another
Condensed,
fun one.
condensed, and we'll get back to Dinty Moore. Condensed Campbell's soup. Now, the word condensed has meaning. It's not just in the title, right?
It's meant to be ignored.
So I'm watching Kathryn eat condensed Campbell's chicken noodle soup or Campbell's condensed chicken noodle soup. And I'm watching and I see her just empty the can in a bowl
Right.
and heat it up.
Yeah, exactly. There is no
Condensed.
additional water.
Right.
You
condensed.
don't add water.
So it's like
it dilutes the
salt
flavor.
dilutes
So
the flavor.
freaking
It's
good.
supposed to.
Especially when you dip like bread in it. Oh,
My gosh, it's so bad.
crackers.
So I
It's
was
so
like,
bad for me though, I know.
you're
But I grew up
supposed to-
eating that.
But it's a 1-to-1. It says it right on the can. Like
No,
one
not the way
thing
I
of
grew
water.
up. It is you go all in. There is no dilution.
Yeah, that's just crazy. It's just crazy. I get it. It's a flavor bomb, but
It's
that's
freaking good. is
and
what it
then
is.
going back to the Dinty Moore, I have an issue with any meat that is in a can. Pause. That literally
hasn't killed me yet.
has a shelf life of eternity.
Forever.
There's just something unappetizing, unappealing to me. And the crazier thing is I know how to make beef stew. And I think my beef stew is pretty good.
And I don't, to be fair to myself, I don't eat Denny Moore anymore because you got a recipe and you made it and it was really good. Anything fresh is great, but I used working and when you got little kids, you just, every parent, every mother knows this. You just eat whatever's available. It's hard.
I don't know if every mother grabs a can of Dinty Moore. Moms, I need you to chime in
out
on
there,
this.
Yes.
You got to chime in on this.
You need to side with me. No,
We need to debunk
I am
the
curious.
Dinty Moore beef stew
I am curious about it.
debauchery. So the other thing you eat,
There's more. But wait, there's more.
I'm telling you, your eating habits are fascinating. We could do reality TV just on you in the kitchen. I guess this is kind of like reality TV. So explain to everybody. So after dinner, there has to be some sort of treat, right? You need a little something sweet because I'm quite not sweet enough. What do you do with your oatmeal?
I wonder if anybody else does this.
No.
So I'm too lazy to actually make an oatmeal cookie. Especially if it's late at night, I'm not going to get in the kitchen and make oatmeal cookies. So I'm like, what's the next best thing? I'm like, I'm going to put some oatmeal in a bowl with some butter and some chocolate chips. And I'm going to put it in the microwave for like a minute and melt it. So it's like a chocolate oatmeal cookie, but it's liquid and it is freaking good.
So let's recap. Dry Quaker oats, not instant oats, not quick oats.
It's 1 minute.
1 minute oats.
Quaker
okay.
oats, yeah.
Quaker oats. All right. I digress. With butter. I'm talking a lot of butter.
I love
butter. A lot
butter.
of butter. From the South.
Who doesn't like butter? I mean, come on.
To the
Julia
degree you
Child
eat-
nailed it.
Yeah.
I'm a Julia
We go
Child.
through a lot of butter.
Yeah.
We go through a lot of butter in the
Tubs.
South. Amen to the South. And chocolate chips.
Mhm.
It's just a
Ghirardelli chocolate chips.
yeah, it's an
Hershey's.
interesting dessert. It's
so
an interesting
good.
dessert.
What's not to like? I mean,
Everything? Dry oatmeal with chocolate and
it's
butter?
not dry
I don't
with
know.
butter and chocolate melted in, you silly bear.
Silly bear. Rawr. I've never seen anybody eat it before, so that was just news to me. That's all.
Well,
I just found it
there
fascinating.
you go. Yeah.
And here
I am curious
I'm
what other
festive
people eat.
again.
You
You're
are.
not festive.
I have
today.
I have
Oh, you do. You have the elf
red
shirt on.
elf shirt on with raised by elves with my matching sweatpants that have elf on them. And I got complimented today while I was out. Someone was like, "Are you going to see Ice? It's elf this year." And I was like, "No, I'm wearing it. I'm wearing elf."
The holidays are quite different level of stress this year, to say the least.
Discuss that.
No, that'll be episode 9. We can get into that on
Yeah.
episode 9. How our lives have completely come unraveled. Like completely. All right. So I guess I have to ask you a question now.
You do.
I don't know. I don't do anything wrong. What's something I do in the kitchen that makes no sense to you?
It's not that it. No.
I know it makes no sense to you. I can answer this for you.
Okay.
Are you supposed to heat the pan before you put something in it?
So I was going to say, it's not that I don't understand it. You are. I understand why you do the things you do in the kitchen. I mean, you have been trained in the culinary arts. You are a chef, and so you actually take your time to like read a recipe or to heat the pan before putting meat in, which I never knew that. I just put cold meat in the pan and heat it up. But it's not that I don't understand, it's that I don't want to take the time to do the proper things in the kitchen. I think that's more of the things that you and I don't like agree on or align on. It's not that we don't agree. I think it should be properly done, but I'm too lazy. I don't want to take the time. I'm like, is it edible? Okay, good. I'm going to eat it.
But that's the ironic thing is you're not a lazy person.
No,
like, honestly,
I am not in anything
you are not lazy
except when it comes to
anything. When I tell you that when I watch her make pasta, when I watch Kathryn make pasta, I am just like every Italian would literally come after you if they saw you make pasta.
Isn't
Actually, anybody that has any experience in the kitchen would be like, what are you doing?
But my background is user experience. Yet I'm like all steps of UX are out the window when it comes to cooking. I'm like, I should have, like back in the day, actually not even that long ago, but I learned I should probably put all the wet ingredients together and the dry ingredients together. That was optional. That's always been very optional for me. Yeah, I don't do that. I'm like, just freaking mix it up, put it in the oven, and done. Is it edible? Yes. This is why I don't cook anymore.
But let's find the smallest pot with the most minuscule amount of water.
Hello, I'm sure other people out there use small pots to cook their pasta. Come on, people.
In a cup of
water?
Help
me out here. It's like a small pot. I boil the water, but you always ask me to put it in the big pot.
Yeah, because you're supposed to have like 3 to 4 or like 5 quarts of water when you're boiling pasta, so the pasta
that's
can move
more
around and
for
it doesn't stick. You don't salt the water. I mean, I
hate putting salt in the water.
Yeah, you'll eat condensed soup.
Yes, I will.
It just doesn't make sense.
I totally will.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it doesn't
definitely
make
in
sense.
the kitchen. It's
illogical. We don't fight, but we have different opinions on how. Actually, I'm right and you're wrong in that. No,
that's true. I do agree, and I get irritated, but I know you're right, and I'm like, why am I getting irritated? And I'm like, because I just want to freaking cook the meal and be done and eat it. And there are people that live to eat. And then there are people that eat to live. And I am the person that eats to live. I don't really care. I mean, obviously I want it to taste somewhat decent, but I'm not super picky. Like on the al dente-ness
Actually,
of the
wait a
pasta.
minute.
What?
You're picky. You're
what do you
picky.
mean? How am I
you don't
picky?
Eat everything. You're not picky with like
preparation.
Texture and
No, I'm not talking about like food. I'm talking about like the preparation. I don't really care how you prep it, as long as it comes out somewhat normal at the end.
I guess it depends on how you define normal, because anyway, I guess it just depends on how you define
Next question. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
You're the next question.
Okay, so this is actually I think we have shown a lot of growth in this. So when we were first living together and we had arguments, now granted, I was going through perimenopause, so my emotions were like super.
What do you mean going through?
I'm still
you
going
mean
through
continuing to go through?
Yeah.
5 years later.
Yeah, 20 years later. No, like when we first had arguments, or like describe our arguments that we used to have and how we would react to each other compared to now. But we don't really argue. So describe like how we used to deal with confrontation. I think that's a better way of saying it.
You would avoid it like the plague.
Yes.
And then I would have to extract it out of you.
Yeah.
Not aggressively, but I would just just talk. I would just ask to talk through it. Like we needed to address it. Can't just
And
let
then
it
what did I
dissipate.
figure out? Me not dealing with confrontation came from my upbringing. Like none of my like it takes a
You're not
lot for
wrong.
everybody in our family to get to a point where we like it's either we're super quiet and we ignore it or we blow up. There's no like middle ground. And it takes a long time for us to get to a point where we explode. So I would just like if there was something wrong, like and you and I would kind of have a tiff or something, I would just get real quiet and ignore it, like super quiet. It was really bad. Like that's not the way to in my opinion, to handle it. So we got to a point now it's like, okay, well, if something's bothering us, we tell each other like immediately.
In a non in as
not
to
in
the
an
best
ugly way.
Yes, in a non-confrontational way, as much as you
Right.
can be non-confrontational.
I feel like we're pretty direct with each other. Not in a mean way, but it's like, hey, the sneakers are getting overwhelming. Need you to do something about it. And you're like, okay. But I feel like both of us are really open to like, I don't know, like you'll tell me something or I'll tell you something. And I feel like we want the relationship to work. So we're like, okay, we'll address it. We want to address it. And I think it takes two of us to do that. It's terrible when one person in the relationship and we all have had those relationships where you're like, I'm willing to talk through something, but yet the other person doesn't. And it's so frustrating. That's how you ruin relationships.
Agreed. But we also don't do the reach back, meaning I don't go back into the bag of regret or
I guess
disdain and say, you remember when you did this 3 weeks ago?
And you know why? Because I forget. My mom used to say this. She's like, you know what the key to a good relationship is? Short memory. It's true. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that was a good interruption. I'm still waiting for the question.
What was? No, I asked you. I was like, what do we used to do in terms of arguing versus today? And you answered it.
I didn't even hear the question. I guess I'm not paying attention.
How did I used to react when like we'd have a tiff and you said I'd get real quiet, like I wouldn't want to confront it.
You could see we're struggling with this conversation. This is a tough subject for us. Where I feel like a lot of other couples, this is a absolute like treasure trove of stuff you could pull from.
Yeah.
But this will be easy for you. This will lay up. What do we always disagree on when ordering takeout?
Oh gosh. Isn't that always a joke when we're like, I don't know, what do you want to eat? What is that, the Jungle Book?
Physically, what don't I like to do or have done when we order takeout?
You don't like having it delivered. Oh. You like to go pick it up.
Yes.
And I'm too tired. I'm like, that is one thing I will pay for, the convenience of having food delivered. And you always, bless your heart, you always go pick up food. Like you'll order it and you'll go pick it up. And you don't go through drive-through windows. Like you would much rather go into like a restaurant and pick up the food than go through like a drive-through or pickup line, which doesn't drive me nuts, but I'm like, man, like sometimes you just want the convenience. But I think everybody has their thing.
I just don't trust it. I don't know why. I don't like someone delivering my food.
Legit, every time I order food, I'm like, did someone put poison in it? I mean,
did
someone eat my fry? Those are the two things I always think of. I'll get Chick-fil-A and it will be delivered. And then I'm like, did the driver eat my fries? And I look in the bag and I'm like, are they displaced? So yeah. Or I think, someone could have slipped something into my drink. Like it's kind of, but then I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to eat anyway. So yeah, I mean, it could happen at the restaurant if you went and picked it up. So, you just have to take your chances.
It's irrational. I just prefer to pick it up. I don't know why. I don't know.
It's funny.
Also, I'm impatient, so I don't like to wait for it to be delivered. It's kind of like I don't want to get conditioned to get, like, I don't want to get into that mindset that it's okay to get it delivered. I feel like I need to do something to get my food. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess I don't like going into a restaurant because it's just one extra step. And I know that sounds really lazy and I'm not a lazy person, but I'm like, certain things I want to pay for the convenience.
So do you go through the drive-through at the pharmacy?
Yes.
Or would you go in? You do? I hate the drive-through at the pharmacy.
But I go to the pharmacy that never has anybody in line. So I totally love going through the drive-thru at the pharmacy. Or you know what? I actually have most of my prescriptions delivered. Heck yeah.
Touche. Touche.
If I could
don't
have
even have
everything
those
delivered and have a personal driver, that would be I would be happy. That's what I pay for, inconvenience.
You pay for inconvenience or convenience?
That came out wrong. For convenience, I would have someone, if I had a lot of money, I'd be like, I want everything delivered and I want a personal driver so I don't have to deal with traffic. Those are my top priorities.
Wow. I'm learning. I'm happy to apply for the job.
You have it already.
Yeah, thanks. But I don't get paid.
You get paid with love.
I need a raise. Your turn.
My turn. Okay.
You're not good at this. It's a volley, right? I hit the ball, you hit the ball.
Okay. Is there anything that I do during our arguments or tiffs that's helpful?
That's helpful?
Like to diffuse? Because I know what is really helpful when I get really worked up.
Yeah, you take your shirt up. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I can't believe you said that. No. What is it that I like okay, let me rephrase it.
A physical touch.
Yes.
Physical touch. Yes. A hug.
A hug always diffuses.
A kiss, whatever. It's a physical touch.
Just a hug.
Okay, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
God forbid. Yeah, so physical touch in the sense of affection, not physical touch in the sense of harm, right?
Yes.
So affection. So yes, that's your love language or part of your love language.
It is. It is. Does it help with you?
No.
Usually I just leave you alone.
If I'm triggered, it's very hard for me to get into the affectionate mindset. I kind of need to
process.
I come from a very confrontational environment. Like my whole life has been surrounded by conflict. So I am very used to being in intense situations and having to fight my way out of a corner. So it's kind of when you have all that adrenaline in you, it's very hard for me to just snap out of it if you were just to hug me. It doesn't hurt. I will say this. I'm not like pushing you away, but sometimes it doesn't necessarily diffuse what's going on in my brain. But I will say that you have definitely tamed the beast in the sense of I'm not, and if anyone that knows me for, over 20 years would probably say there's no way this is true. I'm just not that angry of an individual anymore. So I just don't have that.
That's true. That's a fact.
Have that anger in me anymore. So, and it's been great. I have to say, once you can let that go, there's a whole life in front of you that you never knew you had. So top tip right there. If you're an angry individual, let that shit go because, man, it serves no purpose. I got to say, it served no purpose for me.
Yeah.
That was tough. But you showed me a better way. And I greatly appreciate how you've been able to coach me through being less angry at the world because, hey, we all got a past. It depends on what you do with it.
That is true. I'm going to move to, I just thought of this, music. So you and I listened to, it's funny because when we first met, we listened to a lot of similar music. And then we also listened to a lot of very different music. So talk about the kind of music you like.
I like everything. I really do. I like all kinds of music.
What concert did we go to?
Yes, we went to 9 Inch Nails, and that was your first real rock concert.
Yeah. I had never really been to a concert before. I've been to a small concert, but nothing like this. And I'm not a 9 Inch Nails fan. It's not like, I love it. I'm going to listen to it all the time. But then I took you to a Lecrae concert.
Wait. Okay. Let's finish the 9 Inch Nails. Kathryn was complete fish out of water. I've never seen her nervous like that.
What?
In the sense of you were uncomfortable. I think just because it was a completely different, maybe uncomfortable isn't the right word.
You
were fascinated. You were fascinated by all people that were all looking the same, and it was a vibe.
Address the vibe?
You did. You rocked. It was a great time. I have to say, it was a great show. There could have been some improvements, but to your point,
yes. To
your point, then you took me to see Lecrae, who I didn't know who Lecrae was. So much like to you, I had not knowing you knew who 9 Inch Nails was.
I did,
but you didn't really know their music.
No, not a whole
But to
lot.
me, I had no clue who Lecrae was. Like none.
Yeah.
Zero. And wow, we had a freaking amazing. It was one of the best shows I've seen
It was.
in years.
It was an amazing show. But I love that we have certain music that we like to listen to that's similar. And then, like you like a lot of music that I wouldn't necessarily turn on in the car and listen to by myself. But I think it's really important for us to be open. We're open to each other. That's what makes it work. Is like, you're like, okay, Lecrae, okay, all right, let's go, And I'm like, okay, Nine Inch Nails, okay, let's go. Would I go to it on my own? Probably not, but my point is, I probably would, but
I just feel like there's nothing we won't kind of do. No, just together. We're always, everything's an adventure. So why adventure alone when you can adventure with someone else? So yes,
so true.
We have adventures, and everything creates a story or an experience. Even at the Lecrae show, right? We're in line. And
this was wild.
The ironic thing, right? Lecrae is a Christian artist, a Christian. He's a pioneer in Christian hip hop and rap, right? So literally,
he's been around a while.
The first to ever do it and break into the mainstream. So, and I encourage you, even if you're not a Christian, his music's really good.
Yeah.
So we're in
messaging.
line. Yes, the lyrics are good. The beats are fire. I mean, it's just good music. So we're in line, waiting to get in. And we're
outside.
I forget, we're somewhere in downtown Dallas, and
Deep Ellum.
We're getting yelled at by these two, I'm going to say it, Bible thumpers. They're yelling.
Apostles.
Yes. No, Pharisees. Legit. They're yelling scripture at a bunch of people that tend to probably lean Christian or are Christian to go see a Christian artist. It just felt completely
it was weird.
Out of place.
Yeah. And I turned to the guy.
Well, wait.
Actually, I'll let you tell it.
No, you tell it. No, you tell it.
No, you tell it.
I'll start it because it's funnier in my mind. So literally, Kathryn, she just explained how she does not like confrontation, right? She avoids it. She doesn't like it. She turns at Kathryn knows the Bible, like really well.
Well, I know some of it, but
I'm telling you, she knows the Bible. She pulls these I'm like, you can't remember what literally you did 5 minutes ago,
true.
yet you're pulling out scripture like nobody's business. So literally, she turns to this guy and starts challenging him on the scripture that he's reciting and getting into like, I don't want to say aggressive, but you were heated, you were irritated. And I know the look. So Kathryn has that Southern charm, but also has that Southern temper. Maybe Southern literally has this temper that 0 to 100 in a minute, and then it dissipates. So literally it ramps right up in a second and then goes away. But so continue the story from there. Like literally you're in the heat of the moment with this interesting individual.
Yeah, I just was like, my first question to him, and we had people in front of us in line, and everybody was kind of ignoring these two guys. And I was like, you do realize who you're like shouting at. I was like, we're in line to see Lecrae. And the people in front of me were kind of laughing because it was just so ironic. It was just weird. And so I'm listening to this guy and I'm listening to what he's at the people in line. And I'm like, he's not even making any sense. He's talking about how we need to repent and how Lecrae is he really might not be a Christian. And and I'm trying to understand the logic. And then I'm finding that, as he's spouting these Bible verses, he's leaving out a lot of things that are important to include with the rest of the verses that he's reciting. And I'm like, in my mind, as I'm talking to him, I'm like, wow, there's no reasoning. There's no point in really like showing this guy all like what's in the Bible, because he's kind of like on a mission and it's his own agenda and he's excluding a lot of important details. So there's no reasoning with someone that's illogical. I was just like, wow. So I stopped talking to him. So this woman was there with her son, and
well, wait, he kept following us.
Oh
because
yeah, and finally I
you
just
were
got
like, all
tired.
right, I'm done, right? Like
Yeah, I was just like, whatever.
you're just being combative, and he would start raising his tone for
Oh, and
whatever,
then he
right?
was
When someone's
then the
not,
other guy was
yeah.
harassing people too.
So it became a little more aggressive. So
Yeah.
yes,
So I
and
kind
we
of backed
started to walk
off.
away.
But
And
then there
then
was the
go
this
ahead.
this lady, she was like a couple of people in front of us. She took up the challenge and she started saying something to him and was like, she was more direct than I was. And she's like, why are you standing here judging people? And da 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 da. And she's like, God isn't here to judge people. Da 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 da. And she was like, she nailed it. And I saw her inside, like when we went inside finally for the concert, I kind of passed her later and I said, I appreciate you saying something. She's like, well, that's just not right. It's not right that he's standing out there, And it was just, it was funny. So, but you want to go and you want to have a good time and you don't want to be accosted. And I'm like, this is what gives Christian people a bad name. These people out here, and they're not doing it in love. They're yelling at people, And anyway, totally digress from our topic, but it was
That's
just
all
a
right.
great, back to the music. It was a great concert.
It
He had
was.
two other artists that opened for him and we had a great time. So yeah, we like to explore and kind of get outside of our comfort zones and try different things. So that's one thing I love about us. So I don't feel like what I don't want to do is be like, why are you listening to that? That's trash, or like we're not like that with each other.
I'm
Or maybe
probably
you
more
are.
like that than you. I mean, I got to be
You're like
honest,
that, yeah, with the shows I watch.
because they're trash.
No.
So that's a good topic. So
Yes.
your TV, we do not agree on what to watch
We
on
definitely
TV.
don't. No.
But we compromise. I mean,
We do.
but
That is the
what
one
you
thing we do
watch is
compromise on.
trash. I mean, it's just straight up trash.
It is not trash. You know
Oh
what?
my God, it's the same thing over and over again. It's just got different
But it's
people
good
in it.
for my mental health. That's why I watch this
So
stuff.
but I don't. Okay, I do poke fun at you for it.
You do. It's
But
not,
you
and I
still
don't
watch
poke
it
fun at you.
because I
I
watch good
really don't.
stuff.
No, you don't.
What are you talking
You
about?
watch like Twisted and Creepy and
Documentaries, real life, serial
let's see
killers.
here.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to poke fun at you. You watch the Dahmer series?
Yes, it was awesome. Monster.
And I'm not going to, now I know I have a lot of friends that would probably watch it or have watched it, but I'm so sensitive that I have to be careful what I watch because I have bad dreams. I know it sounds silly, but I do know a lot of people that are sensitive like me. So if I watch
I
something that's twisted, it really sticks with me. Like I cannot, I know this probably, I shouldn't say this, but any violent crimes against women in shows, it really bothers me. So I can't watch stuff like that.
I never realized that was a thing until I met you. And then when I met you, and we obviously over the years, I've learned this thing. I never realized that other people had it as well. So
You just thought
experiencing it with you, I thought, I didn't realize that kind of stuff. I know that's ignorant to say, but it never entered my mind that would, I shouldn't say, of course it should bother you. But what I'm meaning is to the effect that it impacts you is pretty severe.
Oh yeah, like
literally,
my sleep is disturbed.
Yeah,
Like I have a friend and she loves horror movies and she doesn't bother her in the least at all. Like she could go watch it and then go eat like a big meal and laugh and have a good time right after it. Like it doesn't bother. She doesn't get scared, nothing. I feel like everybody's built differently. Like some people just are way more sensitive. So I have to watch TV shows that are just like bubble gum for the brain.
that's not true, because literally I'll be sitting and for whatever reason, I've been watching a particular thing. I don't know why. It's late at night. Maybe that's why. I'm just fascinated by it. Bare knuckle boxing. And Kathryn will watch it with me. These people,
yeah.
men and women, not
I
like
don't know why that
intermixed,
doesn't bother me.
beating the crap out of each other barefisted.
I mean, it does bother me when it gets to a point where they're just beating each other so badly that just blood is just ugh. But I don't know why it doesn't bother me.
It's bizarre.
It doesn't give me nightmares. But other things, like I can't watch Game of Thrones for that reason.
And it's so
people,
sad.
People love it. Like you and I
I'm one of those
started watching
people. It's
Game of
so
Thrones,
good.
and everybody talks about how amazing it is, but I can't get past the violence against women scenes. It really bothers me, and it stays with me. And I'm like that with like articles, like news articles. I remember when I was like in my early 20s, how sensitive I was. I read a news article about something. I won't repeat it, but to this day, I still remember all the details. That's how much it bothered me.
I
So
believe
yeah,
it.
I have to be really careful what I watch.
I've learned.
But we do compromise. What's bizarre is like I'll watch Stranger Things. You would think that might bother me because it's so like there are scenes that are just like gruesome, but it doesn't bother me.
Interesting. So what are the top 3 shows that you've been watching for 2025? We'll have to do a 2025 recap before the first
I watched
of
The
the
Good
year.
Witch. Well, The Good Witch I've watched Gilmore Girls, which I know like for some crazy reason Gilmore Girls has become such a trend this year. And then I watched Vampire Diaries. People laugh at me and I don't really care.
You watch something
What else
else.
did I watch?
Yeah.
I watched Sherlock the series, and then I
No,
started
the other
watching...
one you watched right before Vampire Diaries, like
Do you
15
remember?
seasons of it.
What was it?
I didn't watch it. I don't remember. It was a
I gotta look
terrible
now.
show. Oh my
It was
gosh.
not. If it had 15 seasons, it was not terrible. Obviously, I wonder if it was on
It
Netflix.
was so good you can't even remember it.
But I have a very short memory of stuff, certain things. But from like 5 years ago, I could tell you something that happened at work in great detail.
Well,
but
it
yeah,
wasn't
I
like
cannot...
Criminal Minds, was it? It was something like that.
I didn't watch NCIS.
No,
I
it
did
was
start
something
watching
like that, though.
but I don't
Which is
know.
weird because that's a crime thing. I mean, it's going to drive me nuts. I can't believe you can't remember this. I'll have to put
know.
it in the description.
Yeah. I watched
You
the
got to
Discovery...
remember it.
I'm going to look. I watched Blacklist. I watched Discovery of Witches, which if people haven't seen that,
No.
that's really good. What do you mean no?
It's not.
I wonder
what
if
I'm
it was on
talking about.
Prime. I'm going to look on.
All right. We'll
But
move
anyway,
on. So TV is always an interesting topic.
it is. But what are some of the things that we find to compromise on? Like there are certain things that we'll watch together. Like we've watched some shows on Apple that have just been like, I don't know. Recently, we have a really hard time. Okay, so we've been having a hard time finding things to watch because I feel like the writing's really bad lately on everything. So I'll go back and watch like old stuff.
Yeah, it hasn't.
And
The
what have you
TV
been
hasn't
watching?
been all that great. I watch a little bit of everything. I like the stuff on Apple TV.
Have you ever watched Harry Potter?
Yes.
Did you like it?
It's not my favorite, no.
So, I watched it on the plane recently when I was traveling, and I know people are going to like crucify us, but it was not my favorite, but I know people that love it. So at least we can agree on that.
I think you got to read the books. I think if you read the books, you can
Probably.
appreciate the movie differently, and it's just
And I'm not
too much
discounting.
reading for me.
I mean, I did, however, watch the movie who's the writer of Harry Potter? Rowlett? J.R.
Rowling.
Rowlett.
Rollins.
That's her name.
Rollins.
No, it's a woman.
Something like that.
No, Rowlett. I watched the documentary on her, and it was fascinating.
I don't think you're saying that right.
No, it's Rowlett. I know it is because she kept saying it in the
Rowling. J.K. Rowling.
Rolling. It's not Rowling.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Rowling.
Yeah.
Rowling.
But she didn't write
She's
those
a very
books.
interesting person, by the way.
I know. She didn't write those books until late in life. Much late. Okay. Anyway, so let's go back. I can't remember what the show was that I watched 15s of.
My God, it was like for 7 months you watched this show every night, like forever.
I don't remember.
Oh my
It's not
gosh.
in my history.
It was literally the show before. See, now we're having an argument. It was the show before.
Was it Supernatural?
Well, you watched that. But maybe it was Supernatural.
Supernatural.
You didn't mention that.
No, I didn't, but that was really good. Lock and Key was really good.
We watched that together,
Yeah, see, we did watch that together. We watched Sweet Tooth together.
which was weird.
That was we watched Ragnarok together, which was also weird.
I thought that was good.
You
though.
like that,
That was
though.
a good weird. Yeah, I like weird stuff.
I know.
I do. I like interesting, challenging TV. I like something to challenge me when I watch it.
I know, and I don't. I'm like,
Yeah,
I get challenged through the day. I don't need more challenges. Okay, so anyway, next question. We've watched, going back to TV, we've watched a lot of cooking shows together, and we've watched a lot of baking shows together. Those are things that we've found that we enjoy. But then we got really burned out on food shows.
Yeah, and then whenever we're snowboarding, like we'll get back to the house or whatever where we're renting or staying, and we'll watch like Antiques Roadshow.
Oh yeah, that's
I don't know
a thing.
why.
We just started doing that the past like couple years. That's a sign.
It's just bizarre. I think it's just because we're old now.
And then what did we watch late at night for like a couple of nights in a row?
That was just good. I mean, that was just great TV.
It was so funny. I
loved every second of it. We have the Bob Ross channel. Literally,
yes,
24/7 Bob Ross,
and he's so good. He's so
soothing. It's so good. I just want to get a palette knife and just start painting.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody paint with a palette knife like Bob Ross.
And
maybe
he makes
your mom.
It so happy.
Maybe Linda is the only other person on the planet that can paint with a palette knife like Bob Ross. But
palette knife queen.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. So yes, we definitely have just like musically, TV wise, entertainment wise, we have a wide range.
Yes.
We cast a wide net.
Yes, we do.
Yes. Let's see. What snack do I eat? Or what snack do I eat that you judge me for?
Skittles.
Really?
Yeah, because it's so much.
I know. I have a sugar
It's not
problem.
the food. It's not the. You don't eat it much. I mean,
I can't eat it anymore.
Yeah, you can't eat. I didn't really judge you, but you would eat so many Skittles that I would be concerned that you would go into diabetic shock. I'm like, gosh, that is a lot of candy.
I'm not diabetic, for the record.
You used to travel for work.
Yeah.
And you would buy at the airport big bag. Didn't you buy? You would get the free,
like the bulk candy.
The bulk candy, and you would fill up the bag. What was it?
And it was like $75.
Yeah.
Because you paid by the ounce. And it was outrageous at DFW. I mean, the most expensive place, I think, on the entire terminal.
Yeah.
In the entire airport.
Obviously.
By the ounce. It was insane how much they were charging by the ounce.
What candy was it? There were multiple.
Like Pez and Chewy Sweet Tarts, and there's like little sweet tart blocks.
It was just
anything sweet and sour. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then
that would get me through the flight.
Then at night you would have like a bag of Skittles by the bed, like a huge bag of Skittles, and you just put it next to you. And
like I don't know if like Costco or Sam's Club, the big bucket of Skittles.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like the bucket that's
biggie size.
Yeah, I mean it was bad.
But again, like I wasn't judging you for the candy. I was judging you because I was like, oh gosh, that's like really.
Believe me, I was judging myself. I was like, there's something wrong with me. Like this is cruel and this is punishment to my body.
But you could judge me for more.
Yeah, because that's just gross. Top tip though, if you suffer from, I will say, since I cut out candy, and the reason I cut it out, so we can clear the record, is I have a terrible back issue.
Yes.
So I struggle. I suffer with awful back pain for many, many years now, and nothing works. So I did a lot of reading, and I was like, oh, well, sugar causes a lot of inflammation in the body. Let's see if I cut out sugar. And knock on wood, ever since I've cut out sugar, now it's not a miracle. I still have back pain, but I'm not in the bed for 3 days, and unable to move.
It is crazy how food really does affect. I mean, obviously, they always say, oh, you are what you eat. And I always thought I was like, I don't get that. I totally get it. I really do. Because gosh, food really does affect you.
It does mentally. Also mental health, like a lot of sugar does not do well in the brain. I was shocked. I was unbelievably surprised, like blown away. I was surprised at how much my brain was just kind of messed up from the food I was eating. It was weird.
Yeah.
At least I equated to that. Yeah.
Like the up and the down crash. I mean, granted, like I have hormonal issues too, but on top of it, I noticed when I would eat a lot of sugar that it would crash me out so bad. And I was like, this is awful.
I don't know. This might be a super boring podcast for people to listen to, but
talking about health and food.
Thanks for making it this far. If you made it this far, comment with your favorite junk food item in the comments, and maybe we'll send you some merch.
That would be cool.
So not maybe. If you comment with your favorite junk food item, we'll send you something. So, all right. Well, now that we've agreed on that, What's next?
Who's messier?
Me.
Okay.
1,000%. It's not even a challenge. I own that. I'm organized chaos. I know where everything is, but it looks like literally a tornado ripped through everything. Is that an accurate statement or no?
You're not, you're pretty, yeah, you're pretty messy. No, you're messy in your areas, but you're not. So I don't know how anybody else is, but with their spouse or their partner. I know I've talked to people before, obviously women friends, but they're like, oh, so when my husband or my partner, they leave their clothes on the floor, when they first come in from work, or they, the bathroom's always disgusting, or this or that. Like, you're not dirty, number one. You're not like the bathroom, nothing is dirty. You're not a dirty person, which is great. You don't smell, your clothes don't smell, things like
It's always a plus.
Like you clean up after yourself for the most part. The only thing you don't clean up is after you make your dinner on the counter. There's always quinoa bits.
You're right. I have not been diligent in wiping the counter down. I will admit.
I'm so OCD, I will wipe down the counter like immediately.
But that's another thing that doesn't make sense is I watch you wipe down the counter. You just wet a paper towel and smear it all over the counter as opposed to getting the cleaner out of, from under the sink.
Because I'm lazy. I'm like, I just need to wipe it
So what's the point of doing it at all?
Because it's a dark counter, so you're not going to really notice it unless you get real close or like look at it. But you can
see that drives me nuts when you have the smearing.
No,
right? Like you could see the smear.
I do not smear. I am thorough.
No, it's because it's water
wipes.
And it just dries on there and it just smears. It's like putting your hand across a window. It just leaves a streak.
When the kids were little, I used to be so OCD about the floors, about crumbs on the floor. I'll never forget. My sister and my mom came over one day, and my sister is somewhat messy. And so there were like crumbs on the floor from something. I don't remember what. And I literally went and got the broom and the pan, and I was like sweeping around her feet. It cracked me up. But I don't know. I got lax.
But the funny thing about this, as OCD as you are about cleanliness, Kathryn is very clean, like 3 showers a day, legit scrubbing, cleaning all the time. Very clean, very tidy, very clean, very organized. It's a skill I don't possess.
No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. That's why you heard me just say it. It's a skill I don't possess. The ironic thing about your OCD is when we first moved in together, the one habit, not one habit, but a habit that you all had is let's just say wake up in the morning and there would be a sink full of dirty dishes.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yet the counter would be clean. The counter would be clean, but it would be a sink full of dirty dishes, which made no sense to me.
Honestly, it's crazy how, like, you coming in from the outside and having a perspective of there shouldn't be dishes in the sink. And I grew up like that. My sister and I always put dishes in the sink. We would leave them in the sink. My mom would always do the dishes. And looking back now, I'm like, gosh, I feel bad that my mom was always doing dishes, but she never told us to do them. At least I don't remember her saying, do the dishes. We didn't do the dishwasher. Like, my mom basically was the maid for everybody, which is terrible to say, but literally she was. And so I grew up like that. So then I raised my kids like that. I would do all the dishes and I was exhausted all the time. And you came in and you were like, why don't you just ask them to do the dishes? And I'm like, that's a thought, and it made them accountable for their own stuff. So
I was also thinking just like you explained that your mom always did it and you didn't think about it. I was thinking you have a young man, right? In the house.
Yeah.
Travis. He shouldn't see that women are there to wait on men hand and foot, right? Yeah. Like you have to contribute. There has to be so we're a team.
And we did not.
As a team, we all play. Go ahead.
No, speaking of things we didn't agree on, like the way that we viewed the kids was different in the beginning because I had talking about like confrontation. I did not want to push the kids too much. It felt bad to push them too much. Well, I got over that. But, you were like, well, it's good for them to learn, or especially for Travis, like it's good for him to learn accountability and take responsibility. And I was like, I don't know. And, and I feel like a lot of women we've heard different people talking about different stories, but a lot of women struggle with that. I know I did. And like, you don't want to push your kids too much, but at the same time, looking back, hindsight 2020, absolutely it was the right thing to do, because I look at the kids now and I'm like, wow, like they are accountable, they're responsible for themselves, they contribute, and it was really hard. Like I cried and cried about it because I was like, I don't know if I'm pushing too much. But we always reached a good balance. So
We did.
that was something that we didn't really disagree on. It was just more like I had to take all the emotion. And I went to therapy for not just that, but my therapist was like, you need to take the emotion out of it. If this was a friend of yours with a kid that was doing these things, what would you tell them? And I was like, that's a great way to put it. And so that's what I would always tell myself, is if I were telling my friend who had kids how to manage a situation, what would I tell them? And I was like, yeah, that's exactly how I would say it.
You just answered my question. That was pretty much it. It was one thing that we had different beliefs on, and then we kind of figured it out together and aligned. Those were difficult times, I have to say. Like we went, not with each other, just in general, just trying to find the right footing to get through some of the growth challenges, especially, young teenagers going through all the changes that they were. So kudos to you for staying diligent and seeing that the momentum, you need to build up to it. Can't just hit the ground running with some of this stuff.
Yeah. I think the hardest thing, and not that this is a parenting episode, but consistency was the hardest thing for me, is like, because I have such a short memory, like one of the kids would do something and I'd be like, okay, well, you can't do this for a week. And then the next day I'd be like, okay, you can do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then, because kids are smart. They're going to be like, oh, it'll blow over. And I feel like, especially with Travis, he'd be like, oh, it'll blow over, And then it didn't blow over. And he was like, oh, okay.
Or you put the accountability out there. Hey, these are the things you need to do. And if you don't, this is the result, right? So there's no surprise.
Right.
You didn't, okay. You don't want to pay for that?
And it wasn't like you don't get a million chances. Like you just don't.
You get one.
You know what the expectations are.
Just like life.
Yeah.
So we're not talking. We were not harsh. I think it was clear.
Yeah. We never yelled. We weren't mean. We had a lot of conversation. I mean, we were constantly talking to each other and to the kids and talking them through those years.
So I think that was really helpful. The fact that we were able to find some language that we could all use to chat through it. So it's a testament to how you've raised them. So I'll give you big kudos to that. They are very special.
Thanks. You were a part of it.
Oh, look at us. We're talking about how we argue and we're just sitting here fawning over each other. Yeah.
No one else is going to do it.
True. It's true. What's one thing you learned to understand better about me?
So one thing I know about you is that you always get there on your own for the most part. So if you and I if we don't see eye to eye on something, I feel like you always it's hard to explain. It's almost like Becca is actually kind of like this, where you'll tell her something and she'll have an instant reaction, but then she'll think about it and then she'll come back and have a different reaction. And so I feel like I have learned that with you, and I could say this about a lot of people, but especially with you, there's no need for me to be reactive to something that you say or do. Like usually if I'm quiet or patient, like you usually figure stuff out on your own.
I know when to stay away from I know when to clear the bomb radius. I know when the bomb's about to go off. So I know to keep the distance.
Yeah.
For a quick minute until the explosion dissipates.
No,
the rubble is.
I'm like, if I'm trying to explain something to you and you're not getting it, like sometimes I feel like you get there on your own in your own time. So
That's true. That's true. That's true. What's something I do during an argument that actually helps?
go
I think
away.
we covered this. Go away. So I have a bad habit, and I attest this to my upbringing with Big Steve, my dad. Maybe I don't know if this is a male trait or just a trait from people that were brought up this way. My dad, and I think you talked about this like with your dad. You'd get yelled at. They come into the
Yeah.
room, they'd yell at you, and they get it all out, right? And you're just like, finally, and they walk out, and you're like, you take it, and then they come right back in. They go out,
I
they
have
come
something else
in,
to
and
say.
keep yelling, and it's the same point, but just said differently,
Uh-huh.
and they just want to keep arguing about it or yell, and you're not
It's not even
arguing back.
arguing.
It's just
Yeah. They're saying their
ranting.
peace of mind. Yeah.
So I have that habit. I do the same, and it's frustrating for me. You don't see it as much as I do, I think. I think because I'm triggered by it, I'm sensitive to it, but I definitely can't let things go.
Well, that I
That's
know about you.
so
Like it's
that's
hard for
hard
you to
for
let
me.
things go.
So yes, it's not that I bring up the past, but I remember the past and I'm like, okay, I don't want to feel this way anymore. So how are we going to change this situation for the future so we're not here again? So I think
I feel like you and I are good at not staying in that for very long. Like we don't like staying in that.
you don't allow it. Like literally that's probably the biggest reason is because there's no space for it here. Like literally, you're one of the few people I've ever met that literally does not hold a grudge. It's unbelievable to me. Where to me, it's like pure Christian, right? You turn the other cheek and forgive, right? You love that person through all of it. And it's insane because I'll tell you what, I'm not that it's taken me many, many years to soften, but I'm still not that person. Like I hold a grudge.
Well, you know why I don't hold a grudge, don't you? It's not because I'm a good Christian. It's because I forget.
I think that's the theme of everything. Sure.
That's
So your
right.
mom was right. Hey, the key to life is a short-term memory.
That's
The
right.
key.
Yeah.
It's the
And
key to life.
I have to go back and make this point. So you're like, I wonder if it's a male trait where you like, my dad used to do that. He used to go out and then he'd come back in the room like with my mom or me or my sister, and he'd have to say one more thing and then one more thing and then one. But he does that even today, but not because he's angry or we're arguing. It could be for anything. Like I know when my dad comes over to visit, bless his heart, he will leave the house, and I even tell you and the kids, I'm like, wait 2-3 minutes, there's gonna be a knock on the door, and because he thinks of stuff and he's like, oh, I forgot, I need to tell you this, or hey, this or that. And I also think I'm really sensitive because my dad is really sensitive. And you may have noticed this. He's always afraid of hurting someone's feelings. Now, my dad can be confrontational, like at work, but he's always very PC. But he doesn't like thinking that he's hurt someone's feelings. So he'll
That's
always,
it.
what?
That's it.
What?
The difference with you in confrontation is you don't fight dirty.
No, I don't.
You
I don't
never
like
fight
that.
dirty. It's unbelievable how clean the fight is. It's literally on
Clean.
topic, exactly what the issue is. There's no, you remember when you did this, or I can't believe you're
Because
doing.
I can't remember. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But
No, because
even in the moment, you don't name call.
I
You
don't have
don't.
time for that.
You're not ugly. I mean, literally, it's you don't raise your voice. Really, it's unbelievable. That's why no one wants to fight with you because you really can't. You
Yeah,
don't
you
fight
used to
back.
tell me
So
that.
it's
You're like,
what's
you're
the
no
point?
fun.
No, I can't. You can't spar with somebody if they're not willing to put on gloves and hit back. So
No, I don't like it.
and I'm not here to have a punching bag. So no. So you've helped me change for the simple fact is you weren't like baiting me to get into an argument. Or if I was like pissed off, you wouldn't add to it. You wouldn't be like, "Oh, you're always mean and angry and you're this and that." And it was different for me because I'm used to being accosted and, getting into verbal confrontations and, for days, weeks. I mean, literally, if it lasts an hour in this house, that's an hour of agony.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
ever
true.
nothing ever lasts long. I mean, literally it's a flash in the pan. So
It's
it's
too much
wild.
energy. I don't have the energy. I'm like, okay, whatever's going on, let's just hurry up and get it over with because I have like stuff to do. Plus, like, I don't like being mean or, saying, well, remember when you did this? I think one time I got really frustrated with you, but
Uh,
no, I got really frustrated with you, but I can't stay. What my point was, I can't stay in that space. Personally, I can't stay in that space. It takes too much energy. And for what? Like, I feel like I've definitely had arguments in the past with people because I don't like the person or because the person irritated me or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, this is a long, long time ago. But now I'm just like, gosh, I don't want to spend the time arguing. It's a waste. And I feel
you are
like
not
if you
wrong.
can't let go of stuff, like that just speaks to your character. If you can't, I don't know, if you're trying to bait people and you're trying to like bring up things from the past, to be hurtful, like to me, that says a lot about your character, especially for someone that you're in a relationship with that you say that you love. I mean, don't you agree? I mean,
No.
no?
I mean,
Why?
I don't know if it's
Because I always feel like you're trying to get your digs in,
it's
It's like,
not that to me it's not that binary. It's it goes deeper. There's wounds that might predate the relationship you're currently in. There could
oh, you
be
mean like
hurt,
baggage from another relationship? Yeah.
right? So you're
Yeah, I can
used to
understand that.
interacting in a certain way, and it's hard to trust the person that you're with now to
That's
not
true.
do the same thing. So
Yeah, I
while I
get that.
don't disagree fully with you, I don't know if it's a character flaw. Now there's certain people that are just assholes, right? Like literally
Yeah, yeah.
they want to go out of their way and prove a point, or literally they're afraid to be wrong, or just can't
Hmm.
wrap their head around being wrong. To me, in an argument, it's less about being right or wrong. Like me proving you wrong doesn't make me more right or vice
Yeah,
versa. To me, it's
right,
more about what's really the problem here. What are we really dealing with here? And what's the real problem? Let's just focus on that.
right.
Because if it's, hey, I got freaking sneakers everywhere and you're picking on me about the toilet being dirty, yet you're really pissed about my sneakers being everywhere, just bring that up.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
beat me up for the toilet and then still stew over the sneaker thing. So
Ooh,
you're very
Stu.
good at addressing the topic at hand. And yes, the sneakers are still a point of contention in this house. So if anyone's looking for sneakers, I got about 300 pairs I'm trying to offload. So hit me up in the DMs. So wow, you got a sneak peek into our relationship in a way, maybe? I don't know.
Yes,
I feel like we give you a sneak peek every week.
that's true. We do.
But yeah, I don't know if this was a banger this week, but we'll see. We'll see
I
how
don't
it.
know.
We'll see.
It's always interesting to like get inside and understand people's relationships and how they argue with each other or how they compromise with each other. What do you argue about? Because I feel like everybody's different. Some people get so aggravated over certain things, whereas other people are like, that's not definitely not an issue, but this is an issue.
So, one of the things that we don't argue about, but absolutely makes me mental. You know what it is?
What?
Come on, you got to know what
Toilet
it
paper?
is.
The toilet
No, that
paper?
doesn't make me mental. But
Chewing
Catherine doesn't
loudly?
replace chewing loudly. But what do you chew on that drives me
Oh,
absolutely insane?
ice. I'll chew on ice. The only reason I chew on ice is if I'm low on iron. That's how I know I'm low on iron. Isn't that crazy? That's a symptom.
It sounds like you're chewing through a megaphone. It is so. Oh my gosh, I'm in the red zone right now. It is so loud.
Yeah, I'm
It's like an
sorry.
echo chamber.
Yeah,
There is a thing in the brain that certain people. It's kind of like
it's
cilantro,
true.
right? Like
Yeah.
there's no middle ground. You either love it or you like it or you hate it. And I hate it. Tastes like soap.
Uh-huh.
Literally, it's like something in my brain or taste buds that make it taste like soap. So that noise makes me like super angry.
I
Like
know.
I want to like be the Kool-Aid man and run through walls and get out of the room. Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
it's
I thought of something. You know what smell bothers me? What is the smell that bothers me in the house when you're cooking?
Travis's cologne.
Well, no, you, not Travis.
Vinegar, balsamic vinegar.
Oh, yeah.
But all
It
of you
is
though,
so
like you and
bad.
Travis can't handle the smell of vinegar, which is
No.
interesting because I don't. I mean, I smell it, but I don't. I don't,
But our
and I'm
space, our
super
kitchen isn't
sensitive
that
to,
big.
but I'm super sensitive to smell, like fragrance,
Not
like literally.
enough.
Well played. Yeah, that's sorry. There's something going on outside, so I was just
Is it a
looking over my
fight?
shoulder. No, it's just the neighbor. So yes, smell and sounds are challenging here, especially when Travis comes home, and maybe other people. I know we're running a little long, but we'll close on this.
Yes.
I have a question for
please.
other parents that have teenagers. So let's say 16 to 20, boys in particular.
Uh-huh.
Are they all fascinated with this colognes, like cologne? Like I remember when I was his age, I liked cologne, and but I didn't apply it like 15 times a day. Like I wouldn't carry it around with me.
I did with perfume,
I feel like
but
I'm
not
not trying
like
to be
heavily
chauvinistic when I
scented.
say I feel like women are different in this for whatever reason. I just feel like you're not
I wasn't
drenched
dousing myself
in
in it,
perfume.
yeah.
Like literally, I feel like kids now they like bathe in it. Maybe I'm just super sensitive. It gives me an awful headache.
No, because
Cologne gives
one of
me an
his
awful
friends
headache.
visited, and his dad said the same thing.
I was just like, gosh, what is with this? And Travis isn't a stinky kid.
No,
It's not like
no,
to
he's
cover
not
up.
covering
He's
it
another
up.
one that showers like 15 times a day. But it's just an interesting thing.
Yeah,
The amount of
and
cologne.
but it's
is
not just cologne. He loves candles, anything
Yes.
fragrant. What is the dispenser thing that you plug in? The
Like an atomizer or
what are
like
those
a
things?
Glade plug-in.
Yeah, like he loves those. Like anything fragrant.
Yeah, but
It's so funny.
he'll put a plug-in in, and then he's got this like
The candle,
scented. It's not even a candle. It literally sits.
incense.
He does incense, and then he's got this like smelly wax that
Oh
he puts
yeah,
a
I
light over,
remember.
and it heats up, and it's like all these competing fragrances
Yes,
all at once.
cracks me up.
It's like walking through Macy's through the perfume and cologne department and like living in it
Yeah.
while everyone's spraying. Oh my gosh, it's giving me anxiety as we speak. Literally, I'm getting a headache and I'm starting to sweat.
And on that note,
thanks for listening to another wild and crazy episode of The Well. See how you just diffused the situation?
that's right.
So thanks for
Dinner
tuning
time.
in. It's
I'm
for
hungry.
you, 4:45 in the afternoon, dinner
That's
time.
right.
Be asleep by 7. Yay. I get to watch Bare Knuckle
Party.
Boxing. But no, thank you for tuning in to another
Yes, thank you.
phenomenal episode of The Well. This was episode 8. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, do all the things. And shout out to H. So my other podcast partner on the 12 Hub podcast, go check us out at 12 Hub. Doesn't believe Kathryn is real. He thinks she is AI. So just want to give a little shout out to Hugh for no, she's not AI. So I put it on the record. She's real. And on that note, we bid you farewell. Enjoy a beautiful week. You're in the full holiday swing, and next week should be an interesting topic. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about yet, but I'll come up with something.
Yes, you will.
This is The Well. I'm Drew.
And I'm Kat.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.